In this lesson, we're going to talk about the difference between properties and state. And secondly, we're going to talk about the difference between custom properties and system properties. So firstly, property versus state could largely be seen as just semantics. Very often you'll hear people talking about the state of this component or the property of this component. Um, the correct way to do it is to say that properties are the key, so the one on the left-hand side. So anything you see in the property specification or the prop spec of a component is a property. So a label has a caption property, a container has a background color property. When we're talking about states, we're more often talking about the value of that property of a mounted component. So a component that's currently visible in your browser. So even though they are to an extent used interchangeably, it is important to try and understand the difference and to adhere to it. Next up, system properties versus custom properties. So all the properties we've been working with so far are system properties. These are the properties we can find in prop specs, like the ones we see over here. These are properties that do something. So Opus is built to look at these properties and make the component do something. In this case, when Opus sees the CPT property on a label, it renders the text inside the label. What we are also able to do is define extra properties or custom properties that do not exist in the property spec. For example, I could do something like my label caption over there, and then I could use this to flow into this component. Let's give an ID to this one. So what we're doing now is we're storing the caption outside on the dashboard instead and flowing it into this label. This kind of thing is useful if you want to store all of your configuration settings for dashboard in one place. So for example, we could have over here, we have extra things like um, amount of inputs. Things like this. So in this case, Opus doesn't do anything with these properties and their values except store them, and then they can be used as states for other components.